Hey guys, Addie here. Welcome back to the channel and welcome to another speed build. Today we're in the world of Chestnut Ridge and we are building a 1x1 bedroom starter home for an aspiring horse rider. I have created a sim, she is right there, and this is actually a build that I would like to personally use in my spare time. I think that it would be fun to play with this particular sim in this particular build. I don't know what it was. I think I was just like watching some fellow content on YouTube from some simmers, and I really was inspired to build a starter home with the Horse Ranch expansion pack. It does have a couple of other packs in it, not many. I think I used the old TV that comes with Basement Treasures and potentially another item from maybe, I forget the pack that it comes with, but there is only 3 packs that are used in this particular build. So if you were to download it, it is available on the gallery. My Sims gallery ID is adjuant.44. It is available in the description down below if needed. You can definitely have a look and check this out and play in it. If you enjoyed today's video, please consider liking, subscribing, and leaving a comment. I would love to hear your thoughts on this particular build. I really enjoyed this build. It is located in, I think it's the Galloping Gulch neighborhood in Chestnut Ridge, which is the upper portion of the world, in that kind of canyon environment, which is perfect for horse racing and like walking horses. It's very spacious, and yeah, this is quite a nice little starter home. The shape came about fairly simple. We basically have the shape with what you're looking at now. I played around with the color scheme of the exterior quite a bit. I really wasn't sure what I was going to do. As you can see, I do have a live tally at the bottom of the screen. I did like, this is definitely a starter home in terms of I made a sim, moved them to this lot. They paid for the lot. So the build does fall under that starter home budget. So if you were to download it, you should be able to play in it with even with just one sim. You could technically fit 2 sims in this particular build. I do use a double bed. It is up against the wall, but the sims will scoot to utilize the other side. But yeah, so we are now officially inside, and I'm just kind of working out the floor plan. So you walk into the build and you have a small little living room, and then further into the rest of the open area, I guess, which is the dining and kitchen. And then you have the 2 bump out rooms from the side that we've just built here. That smaller one at the front of the build is the bathroom, and the larger one to the side is the bedroom. So it's not bad in size. I think it's a decent sized little home, and I think it would be perfect for just one sim and a horse. We do include a fully furnished stable, and I think we even have some barrel training in this particular, like in the front yard. But I do think that in this area, the one thing that's really good with Chestnut Ridge is you don't necessarily have to have those items on your lot. They can be quite pricey, but there's plenty of the training stuff, apparatus and things in the world, so you don't actually have to have it. You can go exploring. So this is basically the end product in terms of the kitchen. I think we do go back in and add in some more cluttering pieces, but we have a small dining table. I love these chairs that come with Horse Ranch. I think they are the more expensive chairs, but I think that they make this house look a little bit nicer, and they paired really well with that armchair, which has the draped blanket. Is one of my favorite, if not my favorite piece that came with Horse Ranch. I think they are beautiful. I've mentioned it before in a couple of other builds that I have made here on the channel. Yeah, I just love it. We've used the sink. Now the sink is very much a bathroom-esque sink, but I've used it here in the kitchen. I thought, why not? I love the wardrobe options. We got so many like wardrobe options. The bedroom set in general for Horse Ranch was really strong. And I think that that's what makes the build and buy from Horse Ranch so strong, is that you can really build an entire house with just that pack and base game. And I think that that's really good for players to build something that looks like it fits in the world that it's from, which is really important. All right, so this month we have really been focusing on builds that have a storyline. And I mentioned it a little bit in the beginning that I felt that this build was designed for an aspiring horse rider, like a championship horse rider. And that's what I would do with this build. That's what I'm going to be doing with this particular build and sim. And I think that, she has one horse. I think that this is a horse that she potentially rescues. And I think that maybe the temperament of this horse is, they're a little bit on the skittish side. I'm trying to think of the like the traits of the horse. It's been a while since I've played with horses in The Sims 4, but I'm pretty sure you can get them where they're a little bit nervous, they're a little bit skittish. They're a rescue horse. But I think the story is, she takes on this horse and she really puts in a lot of love and care into this animal, and they build a really lovely friendship, and she becomes a champion horse rider. And that's what I see. That's what I see for this particular sim. And I think that this is a perfect starter home for that. We have all of the horse needs. So we've got some prairie grass. We've got a ball, we've got a watering trough, we've got a food station, we've got everything you need. We do utilize a lot of debug for the landscaping because this is a starter home. I was trying to make things as cheap as possible. Oh, there you go. So we did use the werewolves game pack for the planter boxes because they were very rustic. They're wooden and rustic, and I really liked the idea of that, because especially when we're in this upper canyon part of the neighborhood of Chestnut Ridge, I felt that was better than the normal base game ones that we have. I just really liked it. I thought it paired well. Gone in with a rocking chair, and I think I might put in I put in like a guitar. I think that was an early access piece, that particular car. Not an early access. Why do I always say that? A bonus content piece. A bonus content for purchasing the pack by a certain time. They generally do those with all the expansion packs, and that was the one for Horse Ranch when the pack came out. It's been out for a good year and a bit, nearly 2 years, I believe. I remember when it came out. And I had built some really lovely homes, and I'm very tempted to. I've done it a few times here on the channel where I've taken something that I previously built and I've re-emulated it for the channel. Some of those horse ranch builds are I'm very keen to revisit those. So let me know in the comment section down below, is that something you'd like to see? I would definitely like to bring that to the channel. Maybe a series of like revamped or renovating like my own builds. I don't know. I definitely want to renovate EA builds. That is potentially something that I'm working on for October content. It's kind of in the works, and I'm super excited to bring that. Even though EA has gone back and done some renovations, they did the Pancakes house, they did the land grabs, they did the BFF house, I believe. I still want to give it a go because I've not done it. And some of those starter homes are a bit rough in Willow Creek. So in the base game in general. Anyway, back to the build. We are now in the stage of the build where we're just putting the final touches. We're just cluttering it up. We have about 4,000 simoleons left. So I'm just trying to work out what we need to do, what we are missing. I haven't done the bathroom at this stage, which we are just doing now. It is a very tiny bathroom. But I think we just put in the main things, we've gone in with the shower. I believe we just used the sink and the standard toilet. Just the cheap appliances. I think I put in a mirror as well, a fairly cheap one, I believe. And very basic bathroom, not a lot going on there. I still put toilet paper, even though it's a starter home. I still put basic decorations. Of course, you could get rid of those things if you wanted to have a little bit more money. I think that rustic fireplace is beautiful. This is the perfect type of home for something like that. I just love all of the furniture pieces that come with Horse Ranch. Even like just this end hallway table is just really nice. Okay, what else do we put in? I think we just go around and put in some more clutter pieces. And I'm trying to think, but it does look mainly furnished. Yep, just some more clutter pieces. We did get a few kitchen items, not too many. I could have definitely used a lot more, but yeah. And as I said, that is the TV that came with Basement Treasures. I've added that in there. We've added in the speaker that comes from Horse Ranch. I really like that piece as well. The majority of this build is Horse Ranch, which was, I guess, the theme. So as you can see, we are now starting with the landscaping. So I'm doing all the fencing. I've also updated the wallpaper of the exterior. This is the wallpaper that stays. In the end, I just liked the darker wallpaper with the stone foundation. It just looked nicer. But I did like that kind of cabin wood sliding that is inside the stable there. I do like that as well. I think internally, I remember when the pack came out and a lot of people were saying internally that should be the wallpaper because it's a bit weird to have like a log cabin style exterior and then just a standard wallpaper inside. But it's a Sims, it's not going to matter. But looking back, I could have made that change. That could have been something I could have added. I'm just going to lower the foundation so I can put the plants closer to the house. That is a trick that I like to do because I don't play with Better Build Buy or the tool mod. So I need as much help as I can get when landscaping. One thing I noticed with the new Sims 4 Enchanted by Nature expansion pack is we had these plain low-laying flowers in debug. But what I didn't realize is they actually first came in Horse Ranch. I don't know if they could be in another pack, don't quote me, but I realized that they were in Horse Ranch, so I've used those as well. Oh no, I've used the red ones. These are beautiful too. I think these are used in the downtown area, but that pop of red against the brown, the dark brown of the property, just it pairs really well. I also found this entrance piece, this kind of arbor entrance piece, and I really liked this too because the other ones were really big and grand, and this one was quite small, and with it being wooden, it just really pairs well with the rest of the house. So I really love that entry place. These like rusted tin flower beds that were part of debug, they were awesome. They just added a little bit of point of difference. We've got hay barrels, we've got like old pails which would have like, I think you see them a lot in cottage living for like the cows and stuff. I think they're really cool. I love this little rusted metal flowered piece. That was really pretty. I think that's near one of the pubs in the main part of town. So we've used that there. We do have the barrel piece, the barrel training obstacle. And I love the little wooden fencing piece that has the saddle blankets on it. I think that is so cool. I remember when this pack came out and I was like, the debug menu slaps. It is so good. It's just as good as cottage living. And I think that's because, with this topic, like you need objects that will fit for the world. All right, we are just adding in some dirt under all the plants. It's interesting with it being a desert, so I had to use a different kind of dirt that I would normally use. And then I'm just going to go in with all the pathing. And then I believe we'll be going into the tour. If you can hear any rain, I do apologize. It is winter where I'm living. And so if you hear any rain, I do apologize. Yes, so just some pathing that links, just ties it all together. All right. Oh, no, we are just putting in a desk. Yep, because I had about 1,800 simoleons, so I decided to go back and add in a desk, and I think I add in some curtains. Yeah, some green curtains to pair with the bed. All right, we are live in game, and we are going through the tour. So you walk in, and you have that entranceway, which is also like a small living area. We use the bin that comes from high school years. That's another piece of DLC that's not Horse Ranch, obviously. You have your dining kitchen, bedroom. We just put in a typewriter. I think that one's from cottage living. And we have the bathroom. You walk out, you have a chess table, nice little piece of skill building there. You have the stable, so room for a horse, and then you have some gardening stuff. So lots of skill building actually, and then obviously the horse training and whatnot. I love this build at morning. It's beautiful. Anyway, thank you so much for joining me for today's video. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye for now.